Alright, now you see I keep trying, I try over and over and over to get this camera set up so I can do a build log of this, but it will not autofocus. Look at it, it just will not focus. This is absolutely, unbelievably unreal. It will not focus on what I want to do. See? I don't know how to do this. I've got no idea on how to focus this camera. It will not focus it. And when I set it on manual, which I had before, the problem with that is every time I moved a bit, it went out of focus. And this is just pathetic. This is absolutely pathetic. Even back here, you can just about see that, but you can't see what I'm doing. You won't be able to see what I'm doing. And I can't see anything at all there because I've got the wrong glasses on. Right, now, you see, you can see this, and a lot of this will need to be, I don't know what's happening with that, that's the breakwater. So this will be interesting to see from the MK1 upgrades, whether that breakwater is replaced. I certainly can't. There's the anchors there. Nothing about the bow. Look, what do they say? Maybe they're not replaced. It's got all the bits there. There's nothing on there about replacing stuff. Let's remember that the pages have 2 pages in here. That would help, wouldn't it? You see, this has got, that's all the bridge. That's all the bridge. There's a bit there, that's the anchor chains. But not showing you anything about the anchors themselves. That's the guns. That's the guns. There's a bit of a strange one, this, because I would have thought, let me see if I can find where that, so that must be the breakwater. So we've got, oh, okay, so you see now the breakwater goes across it. That is, whatever number that is. Pathetic, man. Oh God, what number is that? It's not even numbered. LLD, that D9. So D9 must be that breakwater. ABCD. So D, ABCD. Okay, so that's the breakwater. So that will go across there. That breakwater is going to go down there. Now certainly there's nothing in this kit about replacing that. And this is the MK1 upgrades. And there is nothing about, let me get it under the magnifier. It might be that I'm missing it because it's not visible. No, that's the anchor. That only has the anchor chains. You see, it's put the wooden deck on here, so it hasn't replaced any of this. It's not, doesn't seem to have any PE for that. And that's a bit of a strange one, because according to this, the wooden deck has completely covered it. And it's not even there. So I don't quite understand understand that one. I would have said that would have had some photo edge on it. But there's certainly nothing there. Nothing there either. See, that's the decks. And it's covered over the breakwater and the anchor chains. I'm not putting any anchor chains on, I'm not putting anything on the anchors. A bit strange, that one. Certainly there's nothing there. There's nothing, you see the anchors are going on there, they're changing, there's no PE on that. I would have expected this bow to have had PE on that. That's a bit strange, that. Because in the wooden deck bit, it just shows you the wooden deck going over that, which it can't do because that has to stay like that. So that's a bit of a weird one, that. I'm a bit baffled by that. Let me double check, but as far as I can see, this is all masts and rigging. This is all these wheels, that's the boats. See, there's the decks, but there's nothing replacing any of that. That's presumably the thing for the aircraft. There's all these bits here. They're so obscure on what you've got to do with half of this stuff, by the way. Half the stuff you can't even tell what they're telling you to do. Oh right, you're making up an aircraft here with all this PE in it. But nope, there's nothing on that deck. That puts anything on there for the anchors. It just says the anchor chain is going across a wooden deck. So that's a bit of a strange one, that. That's a bit weird, that, but there you go. Let me have a look. The best thing to do is reference it, isn't it? Oh, I see. I stand corrected. So this is the configuration for the Battle of Denmark Strait. As you can see, there were no swash stickers, which I said in a previous video. The guns were all painted dark grey on top, or light grey, whatever they are. The decks, no, the anchors did, they just went straight down the deck. Ah, okay. So this is painted out the deck colour, and then the bit going across where the swash sticker would go is painted out grey. The camouflage is all painted out. So on this model, you see what they've done is they put the camouflage on and then they've painted over it so you can just see the bit of camouflage, but you can't see it going up the superstructure. I suppose it was lighter on the superstructure and not as deep as it is on the hull. When you actually look at this, there's not a lot to it, is there? There's not a massive amount to this ship actually. But considering how big it is, you know, there's not a lot at all. Now I'm understanding a bit more now about the kit and why it's not got various bits that I thought would have been on there. So this is his last battle. So by the time the Denmark Strait had finished, it had put the swash stickers on. But they weren't on at the bottom, but they certainly weren't on Battle of Denmark Strait. Camouflage stripes as well as air recognition would have been painted over. The stripes are partly showing from under the fresh coat of paint on the hull sides. Notice also the oil stain, not bothered about that. When a fuel hose broke. So it's all been painted out. So that's fine, I understand that now. So this is not how it would look. It will not have this camouflage on. It will look like this, it will be grey, and the darker grey up here, the red on the bottom. I'll put the camouflage on the hull and then paint over it to make it look like that. I won't bother with the upper areas because it wasn't as pronounced on there right now. I'm beginning to understand a bit more of this now. Yeah, right, okay, so there was no... So that bit where the anchors go didn't actually have... I've no idea what that is. It certainly doesn't come with a kit. I can't build that obviously. So you're looking... I'm hoping that going through this doesn't copyright me, by the way. I'm trying to find the bow here. You can't. So it's quite a bit of this. You'll be able to do, you know, at least you can see the colours. Doesn't actually give you the colours, but that's a problem with this. It would have been nice to have had a colour code there, wouldn't it? So the bow's not there, but on the back you've got Prince Eugen as the camouflage painted out. Now I didn't do that on my model. I painted the Prince Eugen grey as it was in the Battle of Denmark Strait. What I didn't do was paint out that camouflage. I mean, it's only a little bit of a hull anyway, just makes it look massive. That's a bit of a bug. If I'd have seen this, I should have seen this before I finished the Prince Eugen. So, I mean, it doesn't make any difference now, it's only a very small area. And what else was there? So this is HMS Hood. Incorrect of course, because it didn't have a red bottom. So this is another thing you've got to consider with a book really, isn't it? You have to now consider what they've got right and wrong, because obviously they got that wrong. It wasn't red, it was anti-fouling was grey. And this doesn't have the... It has HMS Hood, it has the Bismarck, it has the Prince Eugen, but not the Prince of Wales. Okay, so that's wrong with the red, but we'll give them the benefit of the doubt there that they weren't too sure. Certainly that was red. That's the Prince Eugen. Yeah, and the Prince of Wales isn't mentioned. But the Prince of Wales, I painted it grey. That was me banging the book down, by the way. I've painted it grey. I've taken the light out. Right, now I can't move the camera. Right, there's Lazy Bones on the bed. Right, let me just turn that off. Get the light levels away from me. Now you can't see anything. Oi, say hello, Sky. Look, you're on camera. Oi. Oh look, the battery's going to go. So what I'll do is, on maybe Monday or Tuesday, I'll start proper bulldog with this. Starting with the hull, obviously. I haven't got any paint at the moment, so I'll have to decide on paint. Because they don't exactly... The paint scheme they give you is not... It's okay, but as with any of these models, they're not brilliant. Walkies. Hey, walkies. Walkies. Say hello, you're on camera. This is my vicious bully. This is my vicious bully, Sky. A walkie, come here. Come here. Hello. Come here. Say hello to everybody. Come here, Sky. Oh yes, I know. Now then, these are the dogs that get such a bad press. They're so vicious. Although she's not an XL bully, she's a pocket bully, aren't you? And your name is Sky, isn't it? Yes, it is. And you like a lot of company. You now look, you're on camera. Hello. So that's my little doggy, my vicious little doggy, as people would often tell you, because these dogs are get such a bad press, it's unbelievable. I take her out for walks. People I've known for years don't talk to me, well, don't come near me anymore because of her. They just see the breed and think, nope, let's not go near her. Fantastic with people, aren't you? Loves people, don't you? Loves her walkies and her ball. But don't move your ears like that. Loves people. Dogs, she's a bit iffy with. Some she likes, some she doesn't. The problem is when I take her for walks, you've got tons of people with dogs off lead, which I don't have a problem with. But what I do have a problem with, oh, by the way, the other thing that they are is completely lazy. Never known dogs that can sleep so long before. I've always owned staffies for the last 40 plus years, and now I've got a bully. If anybody needs a dog, wants a dog, I highly recommend a bully. They're so affectionate and loving and caring. And of course, if anybody tried to get near me, she'd kill them. So I digress. That is Sky, and people that don't come near me anymore. People I used to walk around with, my previous dog, a Staffy, used to walk all around the field with me. don't walk with me now, because when she sees the dog, she don't like. She doesn't just go up and say hello, I love you. She gives a little growl and a little wow. And so people don't like that, do they? They ignore you, don't they? Aye, we get ignored by a lot of people now, unfortunately. But other than that, I digress. I might start the model on Monday. I might start the build log on Monday. Well, these videos are part of the build log. And as I say, I'm hoping this camera's picking up. Microphone is picking up all the sound better now. Not having music on in the background. But I really must get a better camera. I can't, he just can't autofocus on it all the time. But it's what, I don't know, 30 years old. It's a Nikon D7000, brilliant camera, fantastic camera. And I think I paid for it body only, no lenses. I paid many years ago when it was, first out. I paid about £700 for this camera body, and then with the lenses, just this lens I've got in it now, I think it came into about £800 altogether. And I was checking it on Google this morning. I was looking through all the instructions for it, the manual for it on Nikon. I seen if there was something I could sort out with the movies, but there wasn't. And I was looking at it. You can pick it up for 70 or 80 quid now with a lens. A camera that 20 or 30, 25, 30 years ago cost nearly £1,000. It's 20 or 30, 80 or 90 quid. A couple of £100 at best in some places. So it shows you, it was fine at the time, but now cameras, they're a lot better now, I suppose. A lot of people are recommending a GoPro for YouTube videos, because I don't have a studio, I don't have lights all over me, and I don't have boxes where I can put everything in. I'm not going to turn the camera around because it just take everything away. But outside I've got a tree looking into the bedroom, which is where I am. I've got the woods over the road where we go walkies, and it's just all, there's no light, very little light comes through the window. If I take, that's a 100-watt bulb up there, if I take that out and reduce it down, the light level's even worse. And if I take it in the living room, it's light levels in there aren't much better either. It's about to run out, it's 40 seconds, so I hope at some point I can start a build log, a proper build log without all the music. You'll be able to hear what I'm saying, and hopefully within the next, say, if not by Monday, within the next week, I might start the build log for it and actually start with the whole, get that done and on a baseboard, and then get the decks done. It's going to be different doing this, that being a single deck, not in parts, is going to be weird. But I digress. I will see you all. Thank you for listening.